Once again, going to try to go live from here at Knives and More. JuhVon's Knife Flicks, bringing it to you from Knives and More in Huntsville, Alabama. Walk you around the showroom while y'all come in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All kinds of cool stuff here, from Rosecraft blades to ZT to Spyderco to MKM to Kershaw. You name it. Look at all the Protex. I've got a corner to show you guys some stuff that I pulled out. What's up, Joe Isabella, Elite Lurker, El Cap Addict, Sid Stevie. Hey, El Cap Addict, you are Sunday's winner. Richard Hopkins, DKSF something to you. And I got to reach out to you. Look at all the Microtex. The holes I've got pulled out to show you guys some cool stuff. You got the Phoenix lights. Those of you that actually cook in the kitchen, unlike me. Kitchen stuff. Dragon Slayer stuff for people like Manufacturing. You got nunchucks. You got the case corner over here. The Tower Zippo. Hey, we've run out of Zippos. We got more sold. But the cases are usually a lot more full of case knives. Just waiting for more to come in after the Christmas rush. But I'm going to walk you guys. Benchmade kitchen knives. Benchmade Valley Song knives. Any Benchmade knife. This would make Zach. Well, Zach's probably got all these knives. But most of these knives are available. If it's in the catalog, you can probably get it here. Awesome store. Great place to hang out for a few hours. Whoa! I was trying to go to the Tower of Power, where we've got a knife that I'm surprised we've still got two of. That little guy right there. That's the Benchmade Nakamura. It was made from 2016 to 2019. N390 before N390 was cool. I think they're about $350. Got little mini Narrows here. How about a damaged steel Balisong? Everybody needs a Balisong in damaged steel. But here's a lot of the Water series. I love this little knife, except I think the sheath needs more carry options. That's just me. The new Altitude that used to just have that little triangular carbon fiber part up there at the top. Now it's got a full scale. My favorite part of the store, this is where all the customs and the trade-ins are. This guy, Josh Howard, lives in Alabama, kind of close to where Shane lives. And he makes these slip joints by hand. We got a couple of SHOT Show exclusives, a Calibri back there from ProTech. Got a couple of Baker's Forge Damascus. You can't see them because of the glare. Microtech Signature Series. A Wii that makes no sense to me, and that's a ROM. It's got a nail nick and a crossbar lock. I mean, what's the point? I don't get it. Got a pretty cool Dragon 2022 Spartan Harsey. Got a little Groninger USA made knife. 3 knives by a guy by the name of Dustin Driver. These are his folders. And that is an older SHOT Show ProTech in stainless steel. It's a Ferrum Forge Mordax, very heavy, but it's a beautiful knife. Got a pearlized little handle. Got an Olamic cutlery. Got some Cudas, some stuff I didn't know about. Some giant mouses. A Hinder Battlefield pickup. 3 beautiful McNees. Mac 2s, some Medfords, and we're about to roll back to my little part of the world where I've got some stuff I wanted to show you guys. Really cool fixed blades by local makers. Most of these, you'll find a few Bradfords back here, but most of these fixed blades are, you know, they got a story behind them. Very cool, very cool. More K-shit. Bunch of Buck stuff. Flytanium. There's a Vosteed. Flytanium did buy Arcane or their designs because that is the new Flytanium theory, and I've got an arc form theory, and they're the same knife except this one's got a blade hole. Cold steel stuff, really cool, and then just miscellaneous use stuff. And then back in my little world, back behind where all the cases live, all the ghosts of knives past, I broke some stuff out that I want to show you guys. Stuff that's different, right? Stuff that I'm not always showing. One thing that I think is really cool that's available, this is a little SOCOM Alpha Mini, little fixed blade by Microtech. It's the apocalyptic kind of finish. Very cool knife. This is one of my new favorite Benchmades. One day when more people offer scales for the tagged out, I'll be really interested in this knife. But this one's G10 and it's S90V. And it's thinner, I think it's a bug out killer. It's thinner than a bug out killer. It's got a 14-degree edge on it. Super slicey, great action. Part of their Hunt series. I'm a big fan of this little knife, the bug out. See, I'm already killing it. The Benchmade tagged out. And then this came in on a trade, and it's a new knife from a collector. I did not realize how rare this is, but this is a Combat Troodon double edge. New knife, but a new knife that you evidently can't find. I don't know the size of it. What would you, is this an Ultratech tape? Combat Troodon. Combat Troodon. That's how you'll find it. But a beautiful knife, and it's one of the newer ones. Double edge. Really sweet action. And this is their new, I want to say Apocalyptic series. Their new special series. Kind of reminds me of R2-D2. Sweet little knives just came in. These are Gen 4s. And then I'm thinking about getting my first lightweight Spyderco, which is going to be a Delica, to mod it, because after I modded my Dragonfly with Tate's help, I really like these little lightweight knives. And this one's an S30V. I'd like to have one in a more, unique blade steel. But I really have enjoyed playing with a lot more Spydercos, and I appreciate them a lot more than I did before I was hanging out with them as much as I am. A couple of knives that I'm surprised we've got. It's not my jam, but it should be somebody's. This is a older ProTech Punisher. Let me get the box. This is the box. It's an E7 T3 Punisher. It's got the two-tone black custom Emerson skull lanyard by the Shumakateli company. So it's still got the lanyard on it. It's about 200 bones. It's a Warncliffe, not a Warncliffe. It's a chisel grind. So it fires like a mule. Chisel ground knife. I don't know if these are still in production, but this is a 154 cm version of a really interesting knife. A rare knife, big ass chunky lanyard on it. And then on the other side of big and chunky, somebody traded this in. This is a UTX 70 by Microtech. This used to be their smallest offering. Now their smallest offering is the Hera 2, which is bigger than this. This is the UTX 70 Hellhound in a little apocalypse finish. And guys, this would just be so painful in the side of your head, and it feels so nice. I love the blade. I think it's a super cool little knife. I'm going to flip it around and say hey to people. And then I brought in a couple of slip joints. Let's see if I can set this up, or if it'll follow me. Let's see if it'll let me go down. There we go. All right. So this is a unique knife that I did not know existed. The company I didn't know existed. They're called Puma. This is how their stuff's boxed up. They're a German company. I know, I got a John Deere vibe from it too. But they're a German company that makes traditional lockback and folding knives. They're really popular because anytime I post one here on Instagram and I tag them in it and they accept my collaboration, it gets thousands of views. So they've got fans all over. They're made in Solingen, Germany. Really nice little knife. This one says on it 460 Puma Cadet. So this is a Puma Cadet. It says new stainless super keen cutting steel, handmade Germany. So, you know, billboarding, and it's got a sticker on the back because it's never been used. And then this knife is a knife that really makes me think cases are super cool. And this is the Cheetah, but they're coming out with the Cheetah Cub. I forget what it's called. It's this year's knife of the year, and it's going to be a smaller version of this Cheetah, which I will definitely be getting. But I love it. It's a lock knife, and when it locks out, you've got that nice little guard. I love the wood on this particular one. It is a lock back, but just a really cool traditional knife. Again, I wasn't into traditional knives before I really started working here. I picked up a few. I had my Jack Wolfs. I had my GECs. I hadn't really considered the cases because I picked up a few side busters and they never blew my skirt up. I've always been a single blade guy. However, when I see a lot of these multi-blades, like this little Congress here, I can't help but kind of be amazed by the workmanship that goes into it. I love the finish of this one. I forget what it's called, but this knife has a little blade like that. And you think about if you're using a knife and you don't want to sharpen it much and you're using it for different things. It's got a blade like that. It's got a little spear point blade. And this is the small Congress. And it's got this little pin blade. So 5 blades on one little knife that you can carry in your pocket without a slip. Again, wasn't something I was really digging before I started hanging out down here, but I do definitely appreciate them. And it's such a cool store. Let's see if it'll line up on yes here. So this is just kind of the where you can find a few really interesting ones. I want to pull it around to show you what I call the Case Camp Army Swiss Army knife, but that's a peanut. This little guy right here is a peanut. And when I say peanut, it's a little bitty guy, but it's got 4 blades and a set of scissors. How cool is that, guys? I mean, I really do appreciate it a lot more when you see it. Let me see if I can get this thing to quit swinging. What's up, everybody? You are hanging in my domain. Let's see if it's going to follow me. It's not. It's going off on its own. Hey, I'm over here. Come back. Come back. You guys can tell I know how to run a gimbal. Here I am. All right, guys. I hope everybody had a good time. Just taking a little time to show you guys kind of where I hang out, show you guys some knives that are available. When we talk about, get back to cases, when we talk about case knives and talking about how do you get a knife if I don't live there and there's not a website for me to go check on it, right? Well, you can call me down here at Knives and More. If, for example, you wanted to look at, the reason they're the ones I'm showing you are packed 3 or 1 deep is that's how many are in stock. These next 3 are the S35 VN version of the Sidebuster Juniors. And then this is the little Barlow S35. But all these little knives, even these little doctor's knives, are all unique. And I know when I was getting the cases that I was ordering off Amazon, I wasn't always getting a knife that was perfectly centered, that felt really good. But I can tell you that the owner, when these come in, he culls through them before he puts them out to make sure that they're all straight knives. And if you ever wanted a knife from Knives and More and you worked up a deal, we can always get you photographs from different angles so you can kind of look at the knife virtually. And then we've got the antique counter here. It's usually not empty, but all of these knives are as young as 1969, and I think they go back to the 20s. This one here is from 1914. This one that I'm coming up to. Just really interesting stuff. Again, I don't know enough about the historical aspect of it. I know these 2 little guys get a lot of lookers. You call that an elephant toe. And that guy right there is expensive, so I know it's got to be rare or something special about it. But yeah, guys, cool stuff. Cool store. I'm down here a few hours, almost daily, but love for y'all. If you ever have a knife question or you're looking for a Benchmade, a Spyderco, a ProTech, a Kershaw, a Cold Steel, or just something random, because again, we trade for a lot of really random stuff, you can get it down here at Knives and More. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. I'll try to do this every day if I have time. I love you all. It's going crazy. I don't know how to end it. Peace. Peace.